thought I would put on a little makeup for you loves. It is one thing that has been bringing a little joy to my day, so I highly suggest trying it if you haven't already. And if you haven't been to my channel already, thank you so much for being here. And if you enjoy skincare and beauty content and wellness lifestyle content, please like and subscribe if you have a moment. Hopefully you do. I know it's a little crazy that we're all doing quarantine, but just those little ways we can connect by supporting each other's content and really being there for each other means the world. And we just found out that it's going to be a whole nother month of this, so get locked and loaded for lots of videos, including today's, which is something that I have been wanting to film for over a year now, and that is my entire skincare journey. And I am very genetically acne prone. I'll break into what that is specifically in a second, and I'm going to tell you everything I've tried: medications, diets, procedures, all these different things to clear my skin, and I'll tell you what actually worked. And if you could see my skin now, I mean, I do have on a little bit of makeup, but I have been free and clear of breakouts for 6 to 8 months now, and I will get a pimple every now and again. Like, trust me, it does happen if my diet's a little wonky or I'm going through a really stressful time like this. But other than that, I have been able to heal and control my acne prone skin with a holistic lifestyle. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you can do to really clear your skin and feel your most skin confident, because it is possible. And if you're sitting there and you're like, Celeste, I am struggling. I don't want to leave my house. I'm getting a new breakout every day. My self-confidence is shattered. Trust me, I have been exactly where you are, and it can and will improve. I am here for you. I'm happy to be your resource, and we're going to fix this together. So let's get into my full acne journey. Real up close and personal with you, because it actually makes me feel more comfortable, and this is a really intimate topic. So here we are, nice and close. So genetic acne. Genetic acne means you were born with a genetic predisposition to have breakouts. And usually what that means is your body doesn't do a great job of sloughing off dead skin. So your pores get clogged, you get whiteheads, blackheads, breakouts. You can also have a genetic predisposition to create more oil and sebum. So I am the former, but usually there's a combination. So my mom suffered with acne throughout adolescence, her 20s into her 30s, and I personally started getting breakouts during puberty. So 14, 15 is when my skin really changed, and I didn't have any skincare practices put in place. My mom, bless her heart, didn't really learn that much about skin and just kind of grew out of her acne. So she didn't really have a lot to teach me in the acne department. So it really started with me trying to solve my breakouts and solve my acne problems by going to the drugstore and picking up whatever product said acne on it, whether it was Clean and Clear, Clearasil, St. Ives apricot scrub, just all these things that were really drying out my skin, and it didn't work for me. I mean, all that really happened was my body produced more oils because I really stripped my skin of the natural oils using those products. So I had weird, patchy, dry skin, combination skin, and still had breakouts. So that was my first foray into trying to treat it myself. Then I transitioned into Proactive. My tutu, who lives in Hawaii, is the most amazing woman on earth. I love her so much, and I would spend a lot of time with her, especially in the summers. And I watched an infomercial for Proactive. She got me the line, and Proactive actually worked decently well for me when I was in my early teenage years. And that's because it had BHA, so beta hydroxy acids, that were helping with the breakouts. And my skin at that time was, pretty strong, and adolescent skin has a lot of oil, so my skin could kind of handle it. But after a while, I still started getting the breakouts. My skin figured out Proactive and it was like, no, I'm going to continue to break out. So after the Proactive stopped working, then I thought, genius idea. I have heard that birth control actually helps your skin. So I took my little 17-year-old self down to Planned Parenthood with a friend, knowing absolutely nothing about long-term side effects of birth control, how birth control could affect my hormones. I knew nada, but I went, said I was sexually active, said I needed a prescription for birth control, and got a prescription for birth control to fix my acne. Went on birth control. It did help a little bit. Usually I would get a few more breakouts around that time of the month just because I didn't have good practices put in place. So when my androgens bumped up because of my period, I would get more breakouts. So it helped a little bit with that, and subsequently I was on birth control for the next 10 years of my life, which now in hindsight, I wish I would never have made that decision, but it's just part of my skin journey. After the birth control, then went into nursing school and decided I wanted to try to fix my skin in more of a medical way. So I got a dermatologist, was prescribed topical antibiotics, which were really drying for my skin. My skin was a little bit irritated. I continued to use them and they worked for a little while, but after about 3 months, I was like, I don't know about the long-term use of this or if I want to use this for my whole life. So stopped doing the topical antibiotics, then went to oral antibiotics, which completely stripped my gut. I was having like bloating and fatigue and other different symptoms because of antibiotics I was taking. And if any of you loves are taking antibiotics right now for your skin, just know that you're not supposed to take antibiotics for a long period of time. It is not good for your body in the long term, and some dermatologists will prescribe it for you in the long term. So be mindful of that, talk to your dermatologist about that, and figure out what's happening. Then once I decided I didn't want antibiotics anymore, I started taking spironolactone. And I started taking spironolactone because my roommate after nursing school was taking it. And it's an androgen blocker and also a diuretic. So it helps stop oil production and it also makes you pee a lot. But this is another medication that it's not a long-term solve. It's supposed to be short-term duration. But with these medications, if they're only short-term duration, if you don't change anything else about your diet and your lifestyle, how the heck is that supposed to be something that changes your skin? It's not. It's a quick Band-Aid fix and it's not a good long-term solution. So here I am. I've tried everything I could get over the counter. I've tried different prescribed medications and I'm back to square one. I'm still breaking out all the time. I'm still struggling with my skin. My last ditch effort in the medical space was trying tretinoin at a high percentage, which is a really intense retin A. And I've later found out that I have sensitive skin. So this product was way too harsh on my skin and it makes your skin purge. So I went through a purging process. It was maybe a month long where I had such bad acne, especially like cheeks, chin, jawline, that I would cry every day and I didn't want to leave my house because I was so affected by my skin. And anyone who's watching this right now, who's ever suffered from, any insecurities, but especially skin, it really gets you. It does. It affects your confidence in such an intense way. And that's why I've really made it my mission to share my story and share ways you can improve your skin naturally. Whew. Okay. Whew. But really when I started turning a corner with my skin and where I really decided that I was going to figure this out, I was going to be a guinea pig, I was going to try everything, was when I think it was 5.5, 6 years ago, when my best friends in LA invited me to go to a fermentation workshop. And this is a woo-woo LA thing. I totally understand. It's a little out there, but we're thinking more of it as a craft project than, a whole body healing kind of situation. But went to the fermentation workshop. The instructor was actually Lacey Phillips. If you know who she is, she's wonderful. And she was just teaching the gut health benefits of fermented foods and different fermented foods you could make at home to support your hormones, to support your skin, all these different things. And I just had kind of this light bulb moment of, wow, okay, there's so many different ways I can support my body to heal my skin. So I started heavy on the ferments. I was making my own fermented foods every week, going to the farmer's market, getting seasonal food. And when I was eating my fermented foods, I noticed such a drastic change in my mood, in my digestion, in my skin. And I was like, all right, I'm on the right track. I wasn't 100% there, but the breakouts did start to decrease a little bit, and I was starting to feel so, so good. So fermented foods, healing my gut, that was huge. Then I started really learning more about non-toxic products. In my nursing background, like in nursing school, we never really learned about toxicity in products and how that can affect your body. But when you're putting toxic products on your skin that's directly absorbed into your bloodstream, it's not good for your body. It can also be really harsh on your skin and make you produce excess oils. So I started going through all of my products, using the Environmental Working Group Skin Deep database to find out what was toxic, what was not, and slowly but surely over time start subbing out my products and finding things that were non-toxic and better for me. Then I really kind of nailed down my skincare routine. I started going to more natural estheticians. I found one at a place called Green Line Beauty. Her name is Deborah, and she's amazing. She helped identify that my skin was actually really sensitive, so I started to incorporate different products to moisturize and hydrate sensitive skin, which has really, really helped. And I think, I don't want to say that anything is most important, because with skin, it really is about troubleshooting and breaking it down and figuring out, what little pieces you individually need. But there are some major buckets that can really help. So making sure you have good gut health with probiotics or fermented foods, then working on identifying the type of skin you have, working on what skincare products you're using in what order. Another thing that really helped me with the order and the products and everything like that was 2 different practices. One practice was using chemical exfoliants, especially in masks. I can link my AM and PM skincare routines so you can kind of see what I do, what's helpful for me. So those have been really effective. And then calming and soothing practices like ice rolling. Really, really helpful for me too. Then it was fine-tuning my diet. That was kind of the last step, is really looking at the foods I'm eating, what gives me breakouts, what my skin is sensitive to. And this is the one thing that to this day will cause breakouts for me if my diet isn't on lock. When Nate and I are allowed to have a date night legally, if I go out with him and I want to eat cheese pizza and get drunk, I mean, more power to me, more power to you if you want to do that. But I just know personally that when I do that, I will have a breakout. A day, 2, 3 later, it will show up on my skin. So I think that living your life and making yourself happy is the most important thing, but just knowing the consequences skin-wise of certain lifestyle choices. So for me, like I said, cheese pizza, dairy. Dairy is actually scientifically proven to produce more oil and contribute to breakouts in those who are genetically acne prone like myself. So dairy for me, I see it on my skin. It's a huge problem. It might not be for you, but you could always test it by omitting dairy from your diet and seeing how it goes. Dairy, another one that's huge is coffee. I'm gonna put that as number 2. So not only was drinking a lot of coffee contributing to my anxiety, but the acids in coffee produce more oil on the skin. And I read Dr. Pericone's acne book, and he outlined that fact that I didn't know before. So if you are drinking a lot of coffee, not only is it taxing on your adrenals and producing cortisol, which causes acne, but it actually can be producing more oil on your skin. So maybe decrease your coffee intake. I hate to say it, but I don't drink coffee at all. I live on matcha. I love it. I used to crave coffee, but now I don't. It's just one of those things you can totally give it up. It's really just a lifestyle change, and then it is all good. So coffee, and then the last thing for me was refined sugar. And that's something that I really tried to cut out, throughout my wellness journey. But with skin, it's most important for skin because sugar does contribute to breakouts in the sense that whenever you're feeding bacteria with sugar, that's what they thrive on, you'll have more acne bacteria on the surface of your skin that can spread if you're at all prone to breakouts. So keeping your blood sugar down is great for your skin in so many ways. It also helps with irritation and redness. So many things, but I hope that was kind of helpful for you with, you know, a breakdown of my journey, what I've tried, what really worked for me. And if you want something more step by step and you want an easy way to troubleshoot your lifestyle, literally everything that could potentially be causing skin issues, from acne to irritation to improving your rosacea, improving your eczema, improving your psoriasis, all of those skin conditions. And I have a course called Skin Confident that is a video module course that has downloadables that go along with each module to really make clearing your skin and having healthy skin for life actionable and easy. I did all the testing and hard work for you, and I don't want you to struggle the way that I did. I wanted to make something that you could download today, watch, start, and you can just start ticking away at all of the potential issues in your diet, lifestyle, in your home, to have beautiful, healthy skin for life. And it is just one of those things that I was so called to create, and I would love for you to experience it because it's just the thing that I wish I had. If you have absolutely any questions about the course, you want any details or info, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. And if you have any specific skincare questions or concerns, I'm happy to answer those as well. And I am around. I am home, hanging out with Ponza and Nate, and just we're living our little life here for the next month. So I'm happy to be your resource. I think we're going to try to hit up the grocery store, which might be a really scary thing, but if we do that, I'll take you along with me and show you the wonderful gloves I bought on Amazon. First grocery store was a fail. There was a crazy long line. Babe,
Crazy long line.
But now we're at Vaughn's and there's no one. So fingers crossed it goes well.
There's Corona in the air.
We're trying to stay real safe. We did it. We came back, we hand sanitized. We hopefully got everything we needed for 2 weeks. This is a whole new kind of grocery shopping for us because normally I go every week. But just wanted to say a special thank you to every single person who works in grocery stores. I mean, the people who are in there working, exposing themselves to everyone to make sure we have groceries. We are so thankful for your service, and everyone stay safe out there. We love you. And we'll see you next week.